Mute yourself. Welcome, everyone, to the Southern Outlaw Street Stock Division at this wacky, weird racetrack known as Slinger Raceway here tonight. We are ready to get up and get it done here tonight. Welcome to more Street Stock Racing in the booth here tonight. As always, Matt from Extreme Sim TV, alongside Matt Metler of wherever network he tends to work for at whatever they give him. Matt, how are you?
Yeah, I love the introduction there. Well, tonight we're here on Extreme Sim TV alongside the man, the myth, the legend, Matty J. And you said it right here. This geological oddity of a racetrack. I'm going to quote Daryl Waltrip from his famous ride around Bathurst. And that's how the vibes I get of this racetrack. It looks like a small micro-sized Bristol. You got some just absurd amount of banking for a track of this scale, this size. And this race is going to be absolute action-packed, nonstop from the drop of the green flag. Because we're now about 2 minutes, 23 seconds remaining in qualifying. And I'll tell you what, that one machine, Chevrolet Monte Carlo, Matt, was having a hard time out there.
Yeah, he was. He was trying to get a hold of it. I'll tell you what, buddy, this racetrack has more banking than Miley Cyrus. And we're going to find out tonight who can handle that. And right here, you see the points leader, Justin Colson, over Dylan Ritchie. 9 points between the two. Ryan Ellis, there, 22 back.
Speaking of that, you should see the back straightaway on my next door neighbor.
That's accurate. All righty. Before we get back killed here, let's move on to qualifying here because it's going to be a hectic night. Track position going to be key here tonight, Matt. Big banking, not a lot of room, one single groove racetrack. You're right around the bottom, not much of anything else.
So it's going to be conveyor belt style, according to Matty J's analysis here. And well, this is my first time here, Matt. I take your word for it. However, with all that banking, I have to assume it's going to be enticing at times for those drivers to test the waters on the high side of this racetrack, perhaps.
Yes, sir. And we want to give a big shout out before we get going here. The Clean Air Show, brand new podcast coming on board for this one here at Slinger Raceway as we're working around 8 of 11, just a few more weeks of this there pterodactyl before we call this one a wrap. And as we speak, we will wind the heat up. 20 laps is what will go around this, as you said, oddity of a racetrack known as Slinger. And we got 4 cars in this heat, so it's going to be a little bit different. 4-car, I guess we could call this a get ready for the main event here.
Yeah, a little teaser, if you will. 4 cars. A little bit on the light side here of this heat race, but sometimes that's just what you have to do. Matt, is this a case where all the cars starting this heat race are going to be able to transfer in, or is there a cut line here?
I mean, I'm not an expert, but I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, and I'm pretty sure everybody's going to transfer. Pretty sure, like 80% sure.
That's 80% sure. So you didn't stay at, if you stayed at the Holiday Inn Express, maybe you'd be about 90% sure.
This is accurate. We are ready. I'm worse than Flo from Progressive at this point, okay? All right, so they are not completely gridded up yet, which is kind of weird.
Yeah, I thought the same thing. Perhaps maybe the iRacing server is coughing up a hairball here. So we're getting a great welcome to Slinger Speedway side, world's fastest quarter mile welcomes you and everyone here in prime time to Extreme Sim TV. As we that does not sound good.
We're gonna go to commercial break as the pace truck is by himself to try to figure out. Jesus Lord, the Wednesday curse is back. Okay, commercial break here on Extreme Sim TV. Oh. It Raceway. Apparently, their pace truck's going to go for 20 laps. Green flag is in the air for the ghost cars. Let's see. I see a turtle on the front straightaway, man. Turtle moving to the inside. Caution on the racetrack. What is going on?
On the racetrack as the tortoise and the hare got smacked by an Acme rocket as Wile E. Coyote's poking out of the fence there at the Turn 3-4 complex.
Why do I feel like we're headed towards a session restart? Why do I feel like that's a thing that's about to happen?
Or it's either that or we're doing a real-time advertising plug switch to the iPacing Heat Race #1 featuring the iRacing.com pace truck.
The iRacing.com pace truck brought to you by iRacing. So again, welcome to Slinger Motor Speedway, where we're under a lightning delay at this current moment.
Yeah, under a lightning delay, and Matt, they stuck me out here in the bushes. I'm standing right next to this big maple tree. I probably want to move.
Well, for some reason, the fans ain't leaving the stands either. I mean, they must be dum-dums.
Well, they were giving out little Kahlúas at the gate, so they're pretty locked and ready to rock. You think a little more than a lightning storm to move them guys.
So, in this predicament, as me and Matt always finds ourselves in predicament by some miracle, we're going to find out if the session's messed up or not.
Well, the good news is the iRacing.com pace truck is out there turning laps as Barty's shaking that check or that yellow flag so hard his hand's about to break off. At least it looks like from this camera angle.
So, experience tells me we may have a small issue here, folks at home. So bear with us while we see what they're going to do about said issue.
And again, folks, you guys joining us at home, remember there's a lot of different
flag on Heat #1. Look at that.
Tell you what, that pace truck was out there turning some really competitive lap times, and Matt, he was able to use the high line. Who would have thought?
There we go. Now we got 5 minutes of warm up to kill. So, well, what we thought was going to be a Heat #1 turned into a pace truck around the racetrack #1. Now we get actual race cars. Look at that. They exist, 4 tires and a motor.
So we hope, anyhow. Here they come. Here comes the brigade. 29 ride there coming off the pit road. Almost took the exit going with them there.
So, unfortunately, we didn't get a taste of this yet, there, Pterodactyl. So we just have to wait to the feature here as Heat #1 got rained out. And, man, we'll get ready 5 minutes from now to go racing. But we'll take this wonderful opportunity to thank our partners here, Gamers Do Sports and the Clean Air Show. Again, Clean Air Show, a brand new NASCAR-related podcast coming on board for the Southern Outlaws here at Slinger Raceway tonight.
I cannot thank all of the men and women strategic partners behind the scenes that all make this great weekly primetime Wednesday night action possible. Taking a look at that beautiful Zippo zigzag wrap on that race car before it disappears and respawns there in the pits.
So, yeah, he gone. So, Matt, you had an interesting Monday night, and so did I. You had your own stuff over on Going Ghost over there. How was your night? You had fun. I had fun. We tried to get together. That didn't work. You had your own thing you needed to do. But, man, we're in the booth tonight. You're coming back in the booth with me for AMA Truck Series playoffs here in 2 weeks. We're going to be working together a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. You know, everyone knows me thanks to you as the pterodactyl on the AMA side of things. So, you know, here starting next Friday night, Big Bird and Pterodactyl strike again, or fly again, I should say. Well, we're going to strike too. We know that's happening.
Yeah.
Looking forward to making a comeback there with you. That was great times as we, you know, just rolled into the new year back in January, early part of February. So great way to close the summer months out and roll into the fall with a little Friday night truck series playoff action. If you folks, best way to stay on top of these things when Matt and I are up here at the booth, smash the like button, ring the bell. That way you'll get notified each and every time Matty J's live here on Extreme Sim TV, as we're about 2 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in this warm-up session. And Matt, so far, so good. Everyone's out there playing pretty nice right now.
Yes, sir. Just getting it figured out here as they roll back on the racetrack here. And you know, man, I'm pretty impressed because every time we come here, I expect he to say the wrong network eventually, but it never seems to happen. Because, you know,
I put a lot of time prepping mentally to make sure that I don't make that mistake, because it's not only you that said that, by the way. Everyone's got a little side bet pot, when I'm going to make that mistake. I haven't done it yet, but I'm sure one of these days I'll do it.
I might have to get a hold of Austin and see if we can induce this happening somehow. Anywho, 1 minute to go. Eric Purcell on track practicing. And folks, this is the art of killing time. As Purcell, Mason Cassidy out here, beautiful looking go, Mason. Really, Mason? Really? We're going to use a GoDaddy paint scheme that says Go Mason.
I thought it was kind of crafty myself. Go Mason.
And he's dead.
And did Mason go? He just totally junked 3 race cars.
Oh, the broadcaster curse as always.
Well, that's kind of like, if you like, just all out mayhem on the virtual racetrack, wait till the end of this thing, because they have a round of Mortal Kombat iRacing style at the end where they just kind of kill everyone. So stick around for that at the end, folks. It gets pretty entertaining. If the racing isn't good enough, they always end these things out with the bang.
Well, I kind of feel like, I kind of get this feeling. I'm not for sure. I may be wrong, buddy. But with this monstrosity of a racetrack, I think we're going to see enough destruction before the end.
Well, that's, you don't want to overpromise and then underdeliver, right? But that is very possible.
Well, you
as
don't,
I said,
but,
we're going to see some carnage. That's almost a guarantee.
All right. So as long as we get the pace truck out here and the field gets behind said pace truck, then we should be ready to go green flag racing at Slinger for what will be the feature event of the night. 75 big ones here. If we went green the whole way, which is not going to happen, to be clear, it would be about 19 minutes or 15 minutes of racing. So here is your street stock lineup here tonight from Slinger, brought to you by Gamers Do Sports, with Eric W. Purcell on the pole. That's Mason, the GoDaddy Mason machine, going to start outside. Row number 2 here tonight, going to be Bray Holmes and Kyle. Row number 3, Dylan Ritchie and James Pulaski. Row number 4, Brandon Anderson and Jess Newsom. Row number 5, Tyler Snortag and Mr. Travis Hoffner there, Ryan Ellis. Justin Colson, I know I messed that up, but okay. Colson alongside. Round number 7 is Hall and Benning. Row 8, Austin and Case. Row number 9, Phil Ellis Jr. and AJ. And I think Phil is not starting tonight as he had a suspension from last week. So the league owner got his own self a suspension. Naughty boy, naughty boy, naughty boy.
You're naughty. He gets a little snorte. That was good. He's got to put that on the side of his race car for next week. Sometimes when moments go wrong, great things happen. And that was one of those moments right there. Because this field gets rocked, ready to rock behind this iRacing.com pace truck who put on a show there in the heat race, I might add.
Yes, sir. We're ready to go. Oh, why people put up with me sometimes. Come in the green. Ready to rock and roll, double file. It's the 14. It's Bray. It's Dylan. Everybody ready to roll. Let's go racing at Slinger.
Green flag in the...
Go ahead.
We're already biting, bumping, and banging the 20.
And wrecking. Somewhere there it is. Caution's out. That didn't take long.
Well, Matt, I'm going to say you hit the nail right on the head. We didn't even get out.
And roll logo.
First corner. We didn't.
We're going to ignore this fact that I set the replay to the wrong logo. We're not going to talk about that. Anywho, so he just went for a nice little spinneroni there, Matt, about normal.
Yeah, I mean, I figured we were going to see some extracurricular activities out there on the racetrack, but I didn't think we're going to set it off literally going into the first turn. And how about that save by the 26? I mean, that was really impressive. And then we had a separate incident kick off about mid-pack there as well. So you're right. We're not going to have any problems with the drama and the high-flying racing action here tonight. It's already evident these guys are looking to go absolutely gangbusters behind the wheel of these race cars.
Well, I just got news from the infield concession stands, folks watching at home. Unfortunately, your virtual hot ham and cheese sandwiches are completely sold out. Sorry about that. We didn't make enough. As we're rolling around, Kyle. All right, folks, on this next restart, I'm going to try to do my best pterodactyl impersonation.
All right. I'm going to be silent.
This is going to be great. You ready, pterodactyl?
I'm ready.
All right, out of turn number 4. We're going to get these beautiful V8s roaring down the front straight away once again.
Green flag in the air, Matty J. I love the energy. Keep it coming as the 14th going to send it to the top side of the racetrack where Mama hides the cookies. He's going to sling it back down to the bottom as we are in Noah's Ark situation. There goes Go Mason on the bottom. He's chasing the zigzag machine. Is there a wreck 2x2? Put the blanket over these guys, buddy.
2x2 and trying to figure out a way down because you can't stay up top here. That's Pulaski stuck on the outside conveyor belt. Yeah, he has got to get down. This outside is no bueno. He's going to fall faster than the rock off the Titanic into turn 1 as he continues to fall back.
He falls back, and there is no sign of him being able to get down to the bottom. Matt, you can see just how high the back of that Monte Carlo kicks out on corner entry. That really has to be taking a toll on that right rear if he does not quit battling here with Mason for that position.
Yeah, he's got to figure out, he might got turned around.
Oh!
So he just about got a little bit more help than he bargained for, man.
Yeah, the 5 rides came up there, or the 1 machine almost said, hey, let me give you a shot past him. But that almost ruined his night and put him in the fence there. Now able to clear and get down to the bottom. Now it's the 1 machine who's the odd man out as we send it back up here to the point.
Well, we're going to go right back to the rear because everybody's single file but back here. And this is what we predicted. Kind of conveyor belt racing. 2x2.
Oh!
Oh, hello.
Little 3 wide here in the caboose of the field, and we got tempers flaring already, working lap 50 to 75.
Oh, yeah.
That
almost went bad.
Real bad. I mean, after the first time, it doesn't seem like you got too much room to flirt here with these race cars. They're already really loaded up in the corner, Matt. You make some contact, it's not going to take much. And I thought that first, little high five and they had going on when they were touring each other, the first time would have been enough. Now they came back for seconds. And now look at this. The 26 is literally welded to the back of the 14, giving him the corner assist.
Well,
There it is.
Give him the layup assist. Good job. Up the hill, new race leader, Dylan Ritchie.
Yeah, Dylan Ritchie just jousted him out of the B1. He says, my turn, I'll take that. Thank you. But, Matt, this groove is so tight here at this racetrack, it almost seems like you have no choice but to punt somebody in the business end to gain
around we go to, how the hell are we still rolling?
Matt, the back of that car was at least 6 inches up in the air at a 45-degree angle.
Look at this.
Let's run this back.
What the hell? Oh, fudge. How are we still rolling exactly?
Well, that's because he's sponsored by Houdini and the Mentalist. That's the only explanation I have for that.
And there's still double file back here. And to your point, the only way to get around somebody here seems to be just yeet them out of the way. Just yeet Kenny. Oh, and around we go again. The 14. Oh, he got yeeted. Hello, safety truck.
Yeah, that 14's madder than a Keebler elf that got demoted to Fudge Packer. Because he literally got clocked. I mean, just watch this. The 29 gets in there, gives him the business. Then he gets a little tap-roo there from the 13 to finish him off.
I mean, he almost slid the victory lane, but that's not the way you want to get there.
Well, unless you're Austin Dillon.
Facts.
I had to throw that out there. I don't want to.
Facts.
Yeah, I didn't want to start
facts.
I don't want to start a big debate over that, but we could see a little bit of a similar move tonight for the win here. I mean, just getting a first taste of how the racing here is at this racetrack, with, just as you said, Matt, the bottom being the preferred way around this place, and doesn't look like you can use all that banking to your advantage. And we're seeing basically you got to come knocking or punt somebody out of the way to gain a position. So we very well could see a very exciting finish here as we're back under second caution for incident, working lap 28 of 75 here on Extreme Sim TV.
Well, to be fair, the only way you're getting around anybody is kind of like a Randy Orton punt kick here. That's the only way you're getting by anybody here tonight. I've got to find somewhere to watch this racetrack in real life, man.
It seemed like a lot of fun to go to this race in real life.
Bray, Dylan, Richie on the front row. Let's get these V8s roaring back underway once again. Bray right there behind them. 2 by 2 into 1. We're having a Noah's Ark situation up front.
Noah's Ark situation up front, and it turns into a John Force special as the leader goes Christmas mode. Blake's back in, and we're still side by side, door to door. I am impressed by the pace in that 26 being stuck out on the high side, and that 9's not doing him any favors. Look how high he forces him up the racetrack as well there. Now that's going to allow this. Sorry, I don't have that driver's information. In the 93, look at the big-time crossover move as he takes it all the way from the nosebleeds down to the bottom. They are battling hard for the lead, Matt.
James Pulaski contact, door banging down the back straightaway. And more contact. There's a wall there, guys. We can't widen the racetrack there. Grandma in the front straightaway stands done through her dentures on the racetrack. She got so scared because they're still side by side.
Yeah, Grandma's cheering. She's got her life alert in one hand and Pat's blue ribbon in the other. And Matt, they got her dentures over at the turn 1 hot dog stand. So I told Grandma, as soon as this race is over, we'll go down there and hold on. Oh, we got problems. The 26 heard the Grandma was giving out a gummy special, and he got sidetracked.
And more cars about sideways. Jeez almighty. Oh. Holmes somehow pulling away. How do you win this thing tonight? Is there any strategy whatsoever to this?
Don't be leading on the final lap.
Normally I would talk about how your race car's handling, but here I don't see any way the thing handles good at all.
It seems like you are up on the wheel just praying the car's going to stick and rotate each time you send this thing. In the words of John Bon Jovi, it looks like you're living on a prayer. Oh, as we go Donkey Kong.
No, we're not done yet. Hello. There's a wall. And here we go.
Back into traffic. And he holds it to the floor. He's still on the unreal.
And
the 93 is possessed.
Oh boy. Let's take a
look. Let the replay team cue this one back up.
Where do we even start? They start wrecking off of 4, and they don't finish wrecking until all the way over here off of 2. Gets clipped again, goes sideways. tries to correct it, nearly takes out the one,
What is
goes
that?
through the pit gate. Oh.
And he is not lifted. I mean, he has got his foot to the mat in that race car. Do you want to talk about getting skinny, Matt? I don't know if you have the ability to with the replay team, but when he came back onto the racetrack, I don't think you could have fit a sheet of paper between the front bumper of that race car.
So I'm going to need you to go down to the racetrack and pick up our pieces of all of our camera equipment. And I'm pretty sure Southern Outlaws Racing League owes us about $1,000 in camera equipment after that.
Yeah, the Golfer camera is destroyed.
Yeah, it's no more. Well, believe it or not, we're already 45 laps into this insanity because, awesome.
45 laps into this, and I guarantee you these drivers are probably sweating. I mean, some of the saves we've seen tonight have just been absolutely incredible.
Hang on, we're not going green. And they're going to wave off the restart here, so we're going to get another lap around here. Oh, don't we love our friggin' Wednesday nights? Oh.
I live for Wednesday nights. These guys, there is so much more than just racing that goes on when these guys suit up and put on a league event. I mean, it is just entertaining. We're gonna wave it off again here.
We got to get everything cleared off the racetrack. Sorry about that, guys. My camera equipment laying over there in pieces might be causing the problem here. We got to get the sleeper truck
here that one of these guys had to change their race suit as they just set off the "Don't stain your ride, use Tide" moment of the race. And he's just getting cleaned up. We're going to make a hole here for the pace truck to come through on the high side.
Or the pace truck's just going to go right through the field. That also works.
Or he's just going to monster truck everybody.
That also works. And now he's back off the road. Okay, that works.
A very quick appearance there by the pace truck.
Here we go. 48 on the board. Let's go, man. They're
48 on the board, and the 26 goes quick to the wrist, and he gets it. How did he not lose any spots out there on the racetrack? That thing was more twisted than an Aunt Emma's pretzel.
Still 2x2 like dominoes down the front straightaway. Door banging one another. 3 wide. This is not going to go well. Close your eyes. Ugh.
I've been closing my eyes since the drop of the green flag. I've just been using the force to call this race.
Side by side, back in the pack, 3 wide. The
3 wide.
Oh, find some sort of room up there. The 14 out of shape. Is anybody straight at all tonight?
I don't think so. Every time we change the camera angle, I don't care if it's the front, the back, the middle of the field, these guys are anyway but straight. There's some more contact there between the 20 and the 13. A big move there. He's going to send it hard down to the bottom of the racetrack. And here comes Go Mason. He's not the only guy that's got that car straight out there. Now, just as I say that, he's going for more. If he's got that Monte Carlo working really good on the bottom, he's able to carry a lot of entry speed and that exit speed through the side-by-side racing is allowing that Thunderbird out in front to get away just a little bit, Matt.
Yeah, letting him get away there and continuing to move right now. How do you race for a championship like this? Like, how do you do that at a racetrack where it's more beating and banging than it is anything else?
You just put your big boy britches on and, just hopefully you're good at driving a loose race car that's constantly out of shape, because that's really what all that beating and banging does. Your car's, every which way but straight. You're just holding on to it as a driver for dear life, trying to keep it pointed straight.
With 19 laps to go, we're still side by side with Mason for second. We got a car around somewhere. Oh, it's Tyler Suntag, not Snore Tag, by the way.
Snore Tag. I almost passed out. I was laughing so hard.
Yep, around he goes. Does that mean if his name is Snortag, I got to make another sleepy room?
Well, a certain special someone makes an appearance. Absolutely.
Well,
I'll tell you what, that Zero machine has had the zig and the zag inside that Thunderbird. I mean, he'll show you how to get gone, and that's exactly what he did. You know, he's trying to make a liar out of me because I said previously when these guys were stacked right on top of each other, where do you want to be? And I said, not leading on the last lap. If you have that kind of a lead, though, different story. This is probably the last thing that Zero wanted to see here as we get ready to go back green flag action. Oh, excuse me. Lights still on the pace truck, a little ahead of myself.
Yeah, the pace truck can't decide whether to turn the lights on or lights off. Now they'll turn them off. Believe it or not, 14 to go. This will be about in the books. And we're going to get these V8s roaring here in just a moment. We can't say that about the new car coming out as it's a 2-cylinder, but here we go. Green flag in the air. Let's go. Headed for turn 1. Shenanigans abound.
When does the shenanigans pop off again? It's just a matter of time. Here we go. The 17 and the 23 picking up right where they left off, side by side, door to door. And now we got a lot of 2x2 rack and stack action going on here, Matt. You know what that means? That could lead to disaster out here on the racetrack because everyone trying to get single file and not lose any positions at the same time. Is that 23 is fighting for his life there on the outside.
Nearly got in the back of the 17 as we come to 12 to go here. Right now, Holmes trying to run away and hide out front of Dylan Ritchie. And it's Ritchie right there behind him, closing the ground quite rapidly there in the 26.
Yeah, look at Ritchie. Just when you think, you know, you have this race possibly in the bag, this 26 just finds, you know, an extra 100, 200 horsepower out there on the racetrack. And, he's into the wall. That's the last thing he wants to do is physically impact that race car where the performance isn't there. But this is the first time we've seen someone all race long that has the pace to heat up with that Thunderbird, who is literally leading now by less than 0.2 of a second.
Somebody might want to call NASCAR because I think we're about to have another meeting on last lap shenanigans because with 7 to go, the 26 is within striking distance of Holmes, just a couple of car lengths back.
Well, it doesn't help that he has Zippo on the back of his decklet either.
6.
He may get Zippoed coming out of 4 here on the final lap.
We're coming down to 5 to go. Round number 8 of 11, coming down to the final 5 laps at Slinger. This has been a doozy. Who is it going to be, Pterodactyl? Can Holmes hold off Ritchie, or does Ritchie make the move of the night?
Ritchie may make the move of the night, but I can tell you right now, he is starting to overdrive that race car. It is starting to slip and slide on entry just a little bit. And that's exactly what the driver of that Thunderbird wants to see in front of him. If I was him, I'd back it up for maybe a lap and a half, just a little bit, and give it one hard charge. So everything she's got, the Hail Mary, if you will, on the final lap is we're just 2 laps remaining, this time by at the line.
Double popsicles that time by, coming to the white flag. That's what Bray Holmes wants to see. He wants to see the white because nothing else matters. 1 to go. Holmes, nice lead now off of turn 2. Bray Holmes. Now Ritchie's got company for second, but it's Holmes wins it. Ritchie second, and Mason comes home third.
Go Mason, and the Go Mason Chevrolet comes home with a promising third place finish. And how about the effort there from the 26? He was giving it everything that he possibly had in that Camaro with a, here we go. Here comes the after show fireworks.
Oh, here we go. I didn't even get stopped.
So there it is, turns 3 and 4.
So we'll do our post-race interviews, but let's take a look real quick at the end of round 8. Take a look, Justin Colson led by 9 points coming in, Matt. We take a look, Ritchie with the second place finish. Colson with 5th, so we know that's going to tighten up. Think about what we're going to have moving forward as we go to, I think it's Oswego next week. Man, Dylan gonna chop into that lead here tonight.
Yeah, Oswego, another tough, intricate racetrack, but one of the names I didn't see in this field in life that just happens to be inside the top 5 in points, Matt, and that's Brian Hacker, and that's only going to cut into his lead, and that's going to allow some other drivers to close in on him for that, for that points battle.
Yes, it will. Now let's talk to Holmes here. Man, quick night for me and the pterodactyl. We didn't even grow our wings yet, and this one's already over. That was fast.
We got a car doing X-Games stunts up on the fence in the 3-4 complex.
Oh, somebody needs
to talk to our podium drivers here.
Somebody needs to tell him that the Olympics are over. So, no gold medal for you, sir. If I can find the right Discord to pull people in, that'd be awesome sauce, wouldn't it? Anywho, professional, myself, let's talk to Mason first. Mason, you got a copy?
Yes, sir.
First off, before we get to the race, I'm sorry you're not as pretty of a driver as Danica Patrick in the Mason machine. But congratulations on third.
Thank you.
I thought that was very creative. I love the Go Mason on the back of that car. I'm a fan. That's all I'm going to say.
I appreciate it.
Well, you're going to fall into third behind Richie there and Holmes. Is there anything else you could have done in this insanity of a race tonight?
No, I don't think there's much more I could have done. I'll just take what I can get. I knew it was gonna be a rough one, but it was fun.
Well, man, it was fun tonight, Mason. And again, congratulations, a top 3 finish. Anybody want to give a shout out to, buddy?
Just all my buddies who I practice with. Phil for putting on the league. All you guys putting on the broadcast. For all of us to go back and watch. It's pretty cool.
10-4, man. Well, congratulations, a great run, coming home in third tonight.
Yes, sir. Thank you. All
right. Next up, we'll talk to Bray, and then we'll go back to second because, what did I do? Rip. Anyway, next up, we'll talk to Bray. Bray, you got a copy? Nope. There
you guys got me?
I got you, man. Well, you had to run away and hide late, but you made it work.
Yeah, I was a little nervous coming into the race. I missed a few races a few weeks in a row, and I was a little nervous coming in, but had a decent qualifying, and with the invert, I didn't move one spot, so I knew I had to keep my tires on with 75 laps, and when I seen the opportunity, I just had to take it, and I seen them racing pretty hard.
And the keeper took his mic.
I heard they got sent back to the assembly line for extra fudge packing duty.
You got this, Bray?
Well, as we lose the second place driver, someone shuts the lights out on me inside the car hauler, and I've lost all visual.
Awesome. It's going well. You got us there, Bray? I think the aliens abducted Bray. I think it happened.
Well, Bray is now muted, and he was showing up on a mobile device, so perhaps some inclement weather impacting or affecting his area. That's the only thing perhaps I can come up with. Or maybe he's being attacked by a cane as we speak, perhaps.
Perhaps. All right, we'll move on to Dylan Lurchie, and we'll come back to Bray while we figure out Bray's technical difficulties. Dylan, you got a copy?
Yes, sir. What's going on, boys?
Doing well, man. Well, P2 tonight, you're going to chop into that lead by Justin Colson there this evening. He finishes 5th. You finished 2nd.
Yes, sir. It was kind of challenging tonight. It was a pretty tight track, that's for sure.
Well, man, you did a great job. Could you have done anything different to get to Bray there?
Can you guys hear me now?
Yep, we got you, Bray.
Okay. I don't know what was going on with my phone. Yeah, I'm connected through my phone right now, so
All righty. Well, all right. So, Dylan, we'll finish up with you real quick. Is there anything different you could have done?
I tried a bunch of things. I tried running different lines. I tried adjusting the brake bias. I'd get close to him for a lap or two, and then the car would just get super tight. Then it just want to travel up to the wall, coming out of 4 every time.
Yeah, man. This place is definitely unique, man.
Yeah, it's not an easy track, that's for sure. But it was fun regardless.
Well, man, congratulations. Great job, P2, here tonight.
Yes, sir.
All right, Dylan, congrats,
Thanks,
buddy.
guys.
All right, Dylan, Richie, everybody, P2. We'll go back to Bree now. Bree, you get a copy?
Yes, sir, I do. You guys got me again?
Yeah, got you now. It's like the Verizon Wireless commercial. Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Well, you got the W.
Yeah, I was pretty nervous coming into this race. I missed a few races a few weeks in a row, so I was pretty nervous coming in, not knowing who was all pretty quick. Cause I know who was quick then, but I didn't see none of their names, so I was kind of nervous. But with my qualifying, I knew I had something in for him. I just didn't know if I was gonna be able to save my tires enough. But when I seen the opportunity, I just had to take it. And then I seen them fighting behind me, so I knew I had to try and get as much gap as I could between them and trying to run as many laps as I could. But I kept seeing them cautions come out. It made me a little nervous, but I was able to hold it off on them restarts. I didn't know if I was going to be able to hold them off for a little bit, but I was able to just pull away, and I never looked in that mirror. I just can't. Once I start looking in that mirror, I start messing up. So I got to keep telling myself not to look in that mirror because he got close a few times. I was real nervous.
Yes, sir,
You
man.
know, this is the other Matt up in the booth. You know, you mentioned the tires, and to be honest with you, look like you were sponsored by Mr. Sticky Shoe Glue out there. That car was just absolutely stuck to the racetrack. That Thunderbird, the way you could just attack the corner, rotate and come off, it seemed like your car just had the right mojo tonight. As a driver, how are you able just to find that consistently and be able to pull away from the field at times? And then you mentioned when he finally got to you, I mean, you didn't crack one bit. You said the mirror, you probably ripped that thing off, threw it out in the infield. The mirror would have been your worst enemy there, but you didn't flinch. I mean, how were you able to execute at such a high level over the course of this main event tonight?
I will 100% say it has everything to do with racing in real life. With racing late models, I've had to learn how to pace myself and hold my tires together. And that's the only thing I could think of when coming to Slinger on these street stocks, just because Slinger is such a hard track to run so quick. I knew I was going to have to save tires. So I think for the first 50 laps, I was trying to keep up with the leaders, but at the same time, trying to hold my tires back. But whenever I got the opportunity to get out front, I just stuck with it. And then whenever I did get out front, I just kept it to a pace. I caught myself messing up a few times, but I was able to really just hold it down and keep a gap between me and the second place car. And that's really all that mattered. I was definitely burning it there at the end. I heard 10 laps to go, and I was like, I got to give it all I can right now just to get away.
Yes, sir.
Is that part of the philosophy and the discipline as a race car driver? Because obviously, I mean, you know, someone that doesn't have the track experience like me. So when I hear someone say save tires, I immediately think, well, that means go slower out there on the racetrack. But that's not necessarily the case. There's things that you can do inside the car to still carry the momentum without burning up those Goodyear Eagles out there. And that is part of the reason why you save the tires. So like you said, when you heard it was 10 laps to go, you can just put the hammer down and not have to worry about it because you saved enough throughout the course of the run.
Yes, sir. It's definitely a discipline. It took me a long time to really do that to myself. I mean, every race I was burning tires up in my truck and in the late model. So I've definitely had to tone it down and learn how to be fast without burning tires up, because you can be quick, but I mean, you burn that right rear up within the first 10 laps, you're not going to be anything for the last 20. So I mean, that's really all that was. It was like you said, discipline, and it was kind of hard because I really wanted to get the lead as fast as I could because I know how much leading laps is. But at the same time, I knew Slinger, you're going to have caution. So you're going to have the opportunity to come back. Everybody's going to bunch up eventually. So I knew that I could save my tires for long enough. And if we got a long enough green flag run, that I would be able to give something for the leader. And then I just lucked out and I was in the lead whenever we needed it. So I'm very, very happy I was able to get the lead and hold myself. And I can't thank Phil Ellis for having this, series going because it's such a blast to race with all of them.
Yes, sir, man.
That's a great point. Go ahead, Matt. Sorry.
Go
Let me
ahead,
say my
Matt.
congratulations. Heck of a job tonight, man. That was a textbook all-around A-class effort. That was thrilling to watch. Heck of a win, and Matt, I'll turn it back over to you, bud.
Well, as I'm watching the other Extreme Sim TV show at Atlanta, we just had a car going at the roof. And I'm surprised we didn't have that happen here tonight at Slinger.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. I'm very surprised we didn't have as much junk cars as what I was truly expecting coming into this race, because I've ran a few races on Slinger and I've had a caution fest. So I'm glad that all of the drivers were able to keep their pace for what they did and not exactly junk everybody in the first 10 laps.
Yes, sir, man. Well, congratulations, buddy.
Yes, sir. I appreciate it. Thank you.
All righty, man. Well, it's that time of the night, buddy, where we send all the Keebler elves back to their lodges till next week. We pick up all the pieces of the camera equipment we spent here tonight, and we get in the plane and we go home from a wild night here at Slinger.
Yeah, absolutely wild night. And, I can't agree more with, what the winner of the race just said. What a great job by everybody. I thought we were going to have a lot more calamity out there on the racetrack, the second, just the skill of these drivers, there really could have been a lot more mayhem if it wasn't for some of the miraculous and absolutely incredible saves we've seen out there tonight. And at the end of the day, it was discipline. It was just having the experience and the perseverance not to crack under pressure, which ultimately got the job done. But another well done, another excellent display of racecraft out there on the track tonight by the Southern Outlaws. Round of applause to these guys. They do it each and every week. And I'm thrilled to be on this series with you on Wednesday nights, bud.
All righty. That'll do it from a Slinger Raceway. We'll pack everything up. We'll go home. For Matt in the booth, I hope you enjoyed the night. We got through another night without Matt mispronouncing the network name. The bet continues. Now he's off to wherever he is next. I would imagine Ghost. So we'll see if it happens there. Again, thank you for everybody. Thank you to Matt, the traveling broadcaster, for coming out here tonight. And again, thanks everyone. Have a great evening. And we will see you from, I believe, us.